Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Phil Wilson, and today we're going to be doing a Divi review in 2020. And the big question we all want to know is Divi worth it? Now, there are 4 particular points, there might even be 5 that I want to go through today that as a person that owns Divi, before I actually bought it, I was thinking about, right? Now, I've been using Divi for a very long time and it just continues to get better. But if I was a person looking at buying Divi, these are the things that I would sort of want to know. So hopefully if you watch this video until the end, you can see all of the reasons why you could like to have Divi and maybe a few reasons why you don't. So that's going to be today's video. Now, if at some point you do decide Divi is for you and you feel like you want to get a free bonus, I'm happy to give you one. In fact, I've created a free course on SEO, which will help you rank your websites on the search engines. And if you use the links in the description of this video, I'm happy to give that to you for free today. Now, you can't buy it anywhere else, but it is an extremely good course that I'm only giving away to people that help support my channel, and that could be you. So that's there as well if you want it. Now, let's get stuck into the review. I'm also going to jump behind the screen in a moment and sort of share. I'm actually going to show you the things that I really like about it and the things that I don't. So stay tuned. It is going to be a really good video. Now, the first point I really want to sort of touch on with Divi is the amount of page layouts you can actually get. Now, I've tested out pretty much all of the WordPress builders out there, and Divi has the most pages already made that you can import with one click than any other page builder. I know Elementor is the second best, and it has got some good ones as well. Divi Builder is falling behind. There's also things like Thrive things and things like that, but Divi has complete websites in different niches, right? So if you're a web developer and you're looking at clients, if you're looking for a dentist theme, you've got one. Just import it, change the imagery, change the text. It's been tailored to being made for a dentist. If you're in fitness, if you're in any type of food industry, health industry, contractor industry, business industry, app industry, software, anything, they've got 174 entire websites, right, for you to use for free as part of the membership. It's ridiculous, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. So if you are an agency and you're looking to have something that's got a lot of options, Divi's there, and it's all included in your one membership price, right? Which brings me to the second point, is the membership price. So I know Elementor, I think, is $100 a year or $80 a year, like something like that, a year, and you can't get lifetime. You have to pay it yearly. While Divi is, I think, maybe $90 a year, but you can also get lifetime for $250, right? So not only are you saving in the long run, because I actually was getting the yearly membership for about 3 years, and then I was like, I could have bought the lifetime. So I bought the lifetime, and now I've been using it ever since. So it's going to save you a ton of cash in the long run. Like Divi Builder compared to Divi is crazy expensive, right? So that's something to think about. And then in terms of the membership as well, it's not just the Divi theme, okay? So you're getting the Divi theme, plus you're getting another theme called the Extra theme, which is a newspaper sort of magazine type sort of theme. It's really good. I've actually got a few websites I'm running right now using it. It's really good for SEO. So you get those 2 themes forever, for life, as well as 2 plugins, which you're going to use quite often. First one is Monarch, which is a social sharing plugin. I'll show you what that is in a moment. And also Bloom, which is a pop-up sort of email opt-in plugin as well. So both of those are really good, and altogether they make a really nice little package. So that's one difference that I noticed between sort of the Divi theme or Elegant Themes membership and all the other ones, is it is better priced. I had a few people in a different video I did saying, well, Elementor's cheaper by $20 per year. And I'm like, well, you can't get lifetime on Elementor. So you're going to be paying more in the long run, right? If it's 10 years you own the website, it's going to charge, 3-4 times as much. So keep that in mind. Now, the other things I want to talk about, ease of use, right? It's super easy to use. The interface I really like, because you can drag things around, you can drag the spacings. A lot of themes you have to, or page builders I should say, you have to go into the settings, you have to play with the margins, and then you can see it happen live, which is all right. But with Divi, you can just move things with the mouse. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. It's extremely handy to do, especially if you're just trying to get the right numbers, right? If you're trying to get the right numbers, it's so much easier. And I know there are a few builders out there that can do it. There's some have different functionality, but Divi's sort of a more of an all-rounder sort of theme. So that's what I really like. And I am getting to the negatives, just keep holding on. What I also do like is the global settings. I know a few other themes have it as well, but Divi makes it super easy. You can save modules, you can save sections, you can save rows, and you can make them global as well. So if you had like a pricing sort of module that you created and you wanted it to be on multiple pages, but you wanted it to all be congruent with each other, so if you change one, they all change, you can easily save it as a global setting and paste it in wherever you want, and it's always going to update when you update one. Extremely handy as well. And apart from that, I mean, it's really, really good. Like, I'm not going to lie, it is my favorite theme for a reason, but it does have a drawback, okay? Like, the site speed and everything is great, but sometimes the builder speed can be a little bit slow depending on the job, okay? So this is my little sort of negative at Divi. And I understand why. It's like heavy into, you know, the user experience, the user sort of graphics, interface, that sort of thing. But if you're writing like a massive blog post and you've got all the Divi things, like if it's like a 3-page sort of blog post, you can imagine the relativity of that. It starts to slow down a little bit. If you haven't got like a good computer, if you've got like an old Windows or something like that, it might be a little bit harder to edit on. So just keep that in mind. But overall, it's not that bad. So that's pretty much my only real like niggly thing with Divi. That, and also sometimes if you use plugins, plugins can conflict with the front end builder, which does make it a little bit annoying. But there isn't that many. It's mainly just speed plugins, like caching plugins. If you use something like W3 Total Cache that has a lot of settings, you can usually have one that's gonna sort of interrupt the page builder, and you might have to reset it. It's usually when you're minifying like JSS or something like that, or JavaScript. Something to think about. But I mean, if you're using like a good quality good quality speed plugin, it's completely fine. At the moment, I mainly use WP Rocket, and I've never had an issue, so I mean, that's no problem. And it is on par with everything else in terms of page speed. You can make things light, you can make things heavy. It all depends on how you do it, of course. So keep that in mind. But apart from that, like, Divi is still my daily driver for a reason. It's because you can build websites quick, easy, and they look amazing. And you can do so much stuff with it. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you. And now I'm going to jump behind the screen and actually show you how those things work. So I'm going to jump behind the screen now, and I'm going to show you these things in action. Okay guys, here we are on the WordPress website. First of all, I just wanted to show you once again the pricing, because it is actually a big deal. So it is $90 a year. Sorry if I said it wrong before, but that gives you all of these things, right? You get the Divi Extra Bloom and Monarch pack. And you can create infinite websites. I believe there is caps on the other theme builders or page builders to what you can actually, how many websites you can create. So keep that in mind. And also the $249 one time, they give you all updates. They give you all access to all these tools. It's sort of like all you need if you're a web developer, just to have this package right here, right? So you buy it once, you know, if you have one client, it's going to pay you back, sort of thing. So something to think about, guys. It is an extremely easy theme to have. So here is a template just on a dummy sort of website I've created, just so I can sort of show you around how the Divi Builder works, just to give you a quick sort of idea and to show you the things that I really like about the Divi Builder. Now, first of all, it's easy to turn on, just like any other theme. You just press enable Visual Builder, and it's actually going to load the editor for you. Now, the first thing I absolutely love about Divi is the ability to move elements or modules based on the click of your mouse, right? So if you wanted to make the gap smaller, bigger, you can just change everything right here. Now, not many builders actually have the capability to do this. Keep that in mind. It is quite an exclusive sort of tool to have. So I've always really appreciated that, just because it makes, you know, life so much easier. Instead of having to, you know, guess the sizing and things like that, just drag it to what you want and it lets you know right there, sort of thing. So I love having that there. The second really, really cool tool here, I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, is the ability to change text design from the visual face. So not only do you have the text builder, which you can move around here, you know, you can either do it visually and do the H settings and everything there and all the text in there, but you can actually do everything live, right? So if this was, let's just say we're playing with this, and if I wanted to make this one particular piece of text a different color, I can actually change it right here. Now, I was trying to do this the other day with Elementor. I couldn't do it for the life of me, right? I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out for so long. Let's just say I wanted to make this one purple, you know, this set of text blue. Of course, you probably want to make it purple and blue, but, you know, occasionally you are going to have the instance where you have to do that, and you can't do it in most of these other page builders. It's impossible. So the ability to being able to do this inside of Divi is incredible. I never really appreciated it until I actually had to do it on a different page builder, and instantly I just, you know, felt a little bit better about Divi. So that's really cool. Is knowing that. Now I'll just show you a quick rundown of what you can actually do in the design settings, because I don't think any other page builder has it. So obviously you've got things like alignment, and you can change the color of your text. You can change the button backgrounds, and if you hover over it, you can, you know, change things here and there. So that's nothing sort of breakthrough. But once you get to things like filters, you can actually change the colors of everything on here, right? So it's a pretty bad example because there's no background there, so I'll quickly just add a background. So let's just make the background say red. Okay, so the great thing about the filters is you have the ability to change the color of the thing that's there. So while that doesn't seem very interesting while it's a button, if you had a photo there and the photo you want it to be a different color, you could change the photo just by using these things, right? You can make it, you know, black and white, you can saturate it, you can change the brightness, you can invert it. You know, there's so many things you can do, and no other page builder allows this, right? No other page builder offers this sort of functionality. So having filters there is really, really beneficial, and I have used it quite a bit, to be honest. So keep that in mind, especially with things like icons, right? Sometimes you don't get the most customization with it, so having the filters there allowed me to do that. Another thing that most pages won't give you is the transform, right? So you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. It doesn't sound that anything amazing, but once you start getting into, you know, changing the angles of it, right, then you can start doing like way more types of customizations. I love this one, which makes it sort of like, you know, more 3D, more 2D. You can spin it around so it looks like, you know, you're looking at it on angles. And then you can also do like skews and stuff. It's really, 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 really technical. And while it doesn't seem that amazing right now, once you add it to like a hover, right? So once you hover over it and it changes, that's when things get pretty, you know, wonky. Obviously, I'm not the best graphic designer-y kind of guy, but once you hover over it, it's going to change, right? So I'll show you an example. It won't probably do it on the page builder, but that's there. So that alone, I haven't seen before. There is so many other different states you can have. I haven't been playing with this too much because I feel like it's gonna sort of throw me off guard how impressive it is. Like I don't really have that much of a creative mind. One day I hopefully will, but for now I don't really use this as much. But it's there if you need it. Finally, animation. This just gives you so many different options of when the page loads, right? So you've got all of this stuff here. And then if you want to customize things so they only appear on different like devices, you've got visibility as well, which I use really like on every single website I build pretty much. It makes things really handy. And then what else would I use? There's positioning. I don't really play with transitions. You've got times and stuff. I think that's about it. You've got all your CSS classes you can add for each module, each element, each row, all that sort of things, your class IDs. But I really like that. So that is cool. Having the features there is amazing. Sometimes, you know, you have a client that wants these specific types of things, so you can always, you know, push your creativity there. But having these like text things here and having the ability to change the spacing is really important. Like I mentioned before, let's just say this video here, let's just say I wanted this video to be, I'll even take this whole section, right? Let's just say I need this whole section here. This I might drop this video below. I'll show you how easy it is to drop things around as well. So there it is, it's done. Let's just say I want this whole section to go on multiple pages, but if I would change something here, I want it to change on every page, right? So if I clicked on the add to library, I'm going to call this video section. You can call it whatever you want and make this a global item, right? So save to library. Now what that means is if I change something here and this is added in multiple pages, it's going to update every single page. So that's pretty incredible. And let's just say I wanted to add it below here. I could just go add from library, and then it's going to appear here, video section, and that's how easy it is to add, right? So if I changed one at the top, let's just say I said say let's finish something new, right? If I go down here, it's changed it to finish. You know what I mean? It's extremely easy, and this global element, you'll be surprised how much you actually use it. I use it quite often. Things like email forms, things like pricing, things like that, you'll use quite a bit. And if you just wanted to save the element without the global setting, so let's just say you like this sort of design, but you wanted to make loads of these in different pages, you could just save the basic element like so, and just call this, what would you call that? I don't know, icon blurb or something like that. And you just wouldn't save it as global. And then if you wanted to add it on a different page, you could just simply, press the plus and then add it on different pages, right? So there it is. So I love this save feature, absolutely love it. If you wanted to make it a little bit sweeter, I know a lot of page builders do this, you could export the page. If you're creating it for a client, they already had it, they were remote, you wanted to send it to them, you could just export the page right there or import it. Super easy to do. And I don't think, I've got one more little feature I want to talk about that I don't think any other page builders do. Let's just say I had this about page, right? Let's just say I had this about page and I really like this heading and I wanted to add it to this front page. Well, in most page builders, you won't be able to, right? Or else you'll lose all of this, all your customizations or all your information on your first page. So what you can actually do with Divi is press load from library. And if I haven't shown you this yet, here's all the pre-made layouts. There's 174 layout packs, which is incredible. You can either add your existing page or you can add another page and you don't have to replace your existing content, right? So I've definitely used this a lot. I've used this so much. It's one of the most used features I have. So I just use this layout, and even though all I want is a module, it just saves so much time. I can just quickly go ahead and delete all the other sections that I don't need and leave the ones that I do. So if I scroll down, where is it? Here it is. It's all ready to go. So I'll just say, I'll delete all this other stuff. I don't need it. So delete, 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 and delete, and delete, and one more. There it is. And then I can just move this to wherever it wants to go. So let's say I want to drag it up to above here. So just drop that on there, and then that's ready to go. Obviously you want to play around with the coloring a little bit, but yeah, the options there, which is really nice. That looks a bit better. So that's really cool. I really like that. That's a big game changer. If the sections are too small, too big, you can just move them easily like that. If you needed to add another section in, you can just click on that. You can change the layout, right? If you want to duplicate sections, you can duplicate it. Apart from that, I mean, it's like any other builder. You can change things live. You can, move things around. It's easy to do. But those are the main things I really like about Divi, right? So even though this page is quite big, you can see it's still loading quite quickly. But once you start getting to like a really big page, like maybe 4 times, 5 times the length of this, it does start to get a little bit slower. But that's probably my biggest tiff with it. But that's all there. And if you wanted to see that, the different viewports, they're all there. And you've got all these options as well. You can edit the metadata here. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that's pretty much all I really think you need to know. It's an incredible theme. It is the easiest to use, right? It's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to jump behind the camera. I'd rather talk to your face about this. So I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, so that was sort of my Divi review in 2020. I know they're constantly updating. We're actually at Divi 4 at the moment. I think we're at 4.5.4 maybe. So they are getting along. I actually jumped on Divi and Divi 2.0. So I've been with the company for a very long time, but it's such a good theme. Like, I would have thought I would have changed by now, but I haven't. It's the most customizable, and I know so many people actually using it. So it's one of these multi-purpose, multi-functioning type themes that you can use for ages. I'm actually going to shoot a full review on Monarch and Bloom, so make sure you check the description. I'll link them in there once they are shot, so make sure you check those out if you want to see more about the plugins you get for free, as well as Extra the theme. I'm also going to shoot a video about that. But if you have got something from this, if you've enjoyed it, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet got Divi, make sure you score that free SEO course that I've created. I'd love to give it to you. The links are in the description and more information is in there. But that's pretty much it, guys. Divi is my daily driver. It is my favorite theme on WordPress, and I use it all the time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I did talk about a few little negative points, but as you can see, there's loads of positives. So I hope you enjoy Divi. If you are getting it, it's an amazing theme. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic WordPress and website related videos. I'm going to do a massive series on it, and I'd love to share some information with you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.